Hi, I'm Brian James. Thanks for joining me. Today, I wanted to share with you some vinyasa sequences that you can practice to develop overall strength. When practicing stronger movements, it's really important that you maintain a focus on integrating the breath and the movement. This is going to support the movement in a way that will help you to avoid any injury. So if you're not familiar with the principles of vinyasa practice already, I encourage you to go back and look at some of the earlier videos, particularly the root practice where I cover the principles in detail. And there's also a video called Principles of Practice that you can search for. So with that in mind, let me share with you a few of my favorite movements for developing both strength and flexibility. All right, let's get started by standing. And so for each of these movements, I'll try to offer some variations for you to adjust to your own abilities. So we're going to start just with some simple forward bends, just to warm up and to find that integration between breath and movement. So standing with your feet about hips distance apart, start to tune into your breathing. So working with the Ujjayi breath that I've covered in previous videos. Focus your inhale in your chest. On your exhale, engage your abdominal muscles. Now inhale, bring your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, forward bend. Continue like that, keeping in mind a couple tips. So you allow the breath to initiate the movement, and time your movement so that there's still some breath at the end. So the breath is there at the beginning and the end of every movement. So you might have the feeling that the movement is happening inside the breath. And just notice that when we're doing the forward bend, we're exhaling, we're engaging the abdominals, and when we're inhaling, we're expanding, opening up the body. So those are really key points to keep in mind as we work with more strengthening vinyasas. There's a real logic to it. Okay, next time you inhale, come up. And exhale, relax your arms to your side. Okay, this first flow sequence I learned from my friend Larry Payne in Los Angeles. He called it the middle-aged sun salutation. I'll start with one variation and then I'll show you how to strengthen it if that first variation feels comfortable for you. So standing at attention, inhale, bring your arms up, look up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift up halfway. Really try to extend your spine forward. You could bring your hands to your shins. And exhale, forward bend, soft knees. Next inhale, come all the way up. Arms lift up overhead. Now this exhale, sit down like you're going to sit in a chair. So push your hips back, try to keep your spine nice and long. Inhale, standing, and we just cycle through that. Exhale, forward bend all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale all the way up. Exhale into Utkatasana. It's a half squat position. Inhale, stand. Repeat just like that. Forward bend on exhale. Inhale, extending, lengthening. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale all the way up. Maybe exploring a gentle back arch here. Exhale, Utkatasana, the half squat. Inhale, stand. And exhale, relax your arms to your side. Take a resting breath. Just take a moment to assess whether that was strong enough for you, or if you feel like you want to make it a little stronger, a little more challenging. So I'm going to go through the other option a few times. If you want to stick to the first option, just repeat that first option. If you want to explore something a little stronger, you take this option, okay? So we start the same way, standing. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale into the halfway lift. Now this time, open up your arms to the side like wings. Really draw your shoulder blades together, look forward, and exhale, forward bend. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms above. Exhale, Utkatasana, that half squat. Stay an extra breath here. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, stay. Inhale, stand. And repeat that cycle. Forward bend, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Longer pause here. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, standing, arms above. Exhale, Utkatasana. Stay. Next inhale, stand. And repeat one more time. Forward bend, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Pause. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, Utkatasana. As you inhale, try to lengthen, lift your chest a little. Exhale, stay. Feel the strength in your belly. Inhale, stand. Exhale, relax your arms to your side. Now, just noticing what you're feeling. So you might feel your heart rate elevated. You might feel a little out of breath. So let your heart rate come down, let your breath slow down. Now, I encourage you to get that movement in your bones, that whole little sequence. And when you're doing your strengthening practice, you might repeat that 6 times, 8 times, 10 times. So not overdoing it, but maybe doing a little more than we normally would in a general yoga practice. Okay, so let's explore another one of my favorite strengthening vinyasas. And this one incorporates Chaturanga Dandasana, the low push-up, downward dog, and upward dog. So it's really great for opening up the whole body and also strengthening the upper body. And I'm going to start with one variation and then show you a gentler variation. So if you try this and it's too much for you, don't worry, I'm going to show you a way to modify it. So starting from here, standing, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Hands to the floor, step to downward dog. We can think of downward dog as our starting position for this vinyasa. So take a moment, adjust yourself in down dog so you feel stable and comfortable. Okay, so the sequence goes like this. On your inhale, come forward into up dog. Keep your toes curled under. And on your exhale, lower your chest so you're in Chaturanga Dandasana, that low push-up, hovering off the floor. Inhale, back to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's try it a few more times. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, low push-up. Firm the belly. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Okay, now I'm going to do it without instruction, just with my breathing. Really paying attention to those principles. Inhale, chest. Exhale, firm the belly. Okay, and then resting. Inhale, bring your knees down. Exhale, child pose. Now, for the gentler variation of that movement, the starting position is child pose rather than downward dog. From child pose, take a breath. Now, very similar. On your inhale, come forward. So you're in like a lazy up dog with the knees on the ground. On your exhale, come into a low push-up. Inhale, lazy up dog. And exhale, child pose. You can see how that's very similar, but now we're taking away a lot of the load by keeping our knees on the ground. So let's try it again. Inhale, lazy up dog. Exhale, firm the belly. Bring your chest down low, but not touching the ground. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, child pose. Let's try it 2 more times, just breathing. Okay, you can rest in child pose. Now again, if you're incorporating that into more of a workout, so a yoga inspired workout, you might do that sequence 10 times. So every sequence you could think, I'm going to do 10 of the middle-aged sun salutation, the first sequence we did. I'll do 10 of the downward dog, upward dog vinyasa, and then 10 of this final sequence that I'll share with you. So the last one, we're gonna come onto the back. Now you see me include this kind of sequence all the time in my practices because I found that these movements are so helpful for anyone dealing with any kind of low back issues. And it's almost like universal. It's like medicine that's good for everyone. So I'm always including it in my own practice and whenever I teach. So we start knees toward the chest. Inhale, straighten your legs, arms overhead. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, knees to chest. Okay, let's repeat that a few times. Inhale, legs up, arms overhead. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, knees to chest. All right, 2 more times, just breathing. Okay, next time you're in the bridge, stay. Really try to engage your glutes here. Now, if you're comfortable here and you want to make this stronger, on your inhale, lift one leg to the ceiling, point your toes. Really try to lift your butt. Exhale, bring your foot down. Alternating legs every inhale. If that's too strong for you, just stay in the bridge. If you're still doing the leg lifts, we'll do one more round. Inhale, leg lifts up. Exhale, foot down. And lowering your hips down. Gently bring your knees into your chest. Okay, let's do one more to finish. Straighten your legs out on the floor. Now, again, I'll show a couple variations here. The first one will be the easier variation. Arms at your side. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead, stretching out nice and long. On your exhale, bring one knee in toward your chest, hands to your shin, draw it in. Continue alternating legs. Inhale, opening, lengthening. Exhale, strong belly. Continue like that. One more round. Okay, and then if you want it stronger, on your inhale, you open up wide. On your exhale, you bring both knees in. Inhale, stretch them out. Exhale, strong belly, bring them in. Do it 2 more times. And take a little rest. So again, you find the variation that works for you and repeat it a number of times. And that's going to depend on where you're at with your physical fitness. So take it progressively, right? Don't push it too much at the beginning. Maybe you just commit to 6 repetitions for each of those movements. Do that for a week. And then the next week, maybe you bring it up to 8 repetitions. And that kind of progressive approach to building strength is so important. There's so many times in my life where I've gotten really enthusiastic about a certain martial art or workout, and I've really gone for it and ended up injuring myself. So I've learned a lot over the years on the value of the progressive approach and having patience. So it's all about diligence and patience. So doing a little bit every day, or maybe at first every other day. But you make that commitment to yourself that I'm going to do this for the next month and see what happens, see what the benefits are. And when you start to see the benefits, that's what gives you the inspiration to keep going. So diligence and patience. Take it easy on yourself. And, I hope that worked for you. I hope that helped. I want to hear your comments. What worked, what didn't work. Let me know, and I'll do my best to respond in a way that's helpful. Thanks so much.